the question to you is about early separation during birth. What is your view on that? And does this has any effect on attachment and security of secure attachment?
Well, John Bowlby, who's we consider the father of the attachment field, Mary Ainsworth is the mother of the attachment field. He did a lot of early research on separations between young children and their parents. And that's part of how he developed his ideas about attachment and secure and insecure attachment. He found that with very extended separations, when a young child was away from the significant caregivers for a long time, that tended to create problematic impact in the domain that we call it attachment. But what's very important for parents to understand is that children, and especially infants, are very resilient. And if some separations cannot be avoided, so say the infant is born prematurely, or there are some medical complications that require the infant to be in, the neonatal intensive care, or just some sort of hospital care where the mother cannot be as available as she might like to be. Of course, that raises concerns in a new parent, but if the separation is hours or even a few days, that's not anything to be concerned about, in my view. Infants are very resilient. We could argue and we could make a case for there being some impact in the nervous system and in the developing psyche of the infant. There's not a lot of research or science about that, but what we do know is that even infants who were prematurely born and had to be separated for some periods of time, they do just fine once they're reunited with their mother and the caregivers. Mm-hmm. And if that occurs, the reunion becomes very, very, very important. How it is that the mother and and or the father, whoever the caregivers are, how they are with that new infant upon the reunion. And I assume that for most parents, that reunion would be felt the same way, if not even more strongly, as if the infant had not been born premature and had not required some extra care before being able to be more close with in contact and in the presence of the parents. So to be, warm and loving and welcoming and cuddling and ideally happy. A young infant will experience whatever the mood state is of the caregivers. So if the mother and the father are happy, that's going to be registered by the nervous system of the infant, and that will go a long way toward healing or reassuring or soothing or remedying whatever problematic impact may have occurred because of the medical issues that may have occurred at birth.